Moving to Australia can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. The Move to Australia directory from Smart Steps to Australia brings together all the essential services you need into one convenient place, making it easier to find the right professionals to turn your dream into reality. Whether you're looking for a trusted migration agent, competitive shipping quotes, guidance on buying your first home, or help relocating your beloved pet, our directory has it all. We've curated the best services to support your new life in Australia. Find everything you need to make your move stress-free, with experts just a click away. Visit directory.smartstepstoaustralia.com and simplify your relocation journey today.
Welcome to the New Life in Australia podcast, hosted by me, Karen Bleakley, founder of smartstepstoaustralia.com. Moving to Australia with my family was a life-changing experience, but it wasn't without its challenges. That's why I'm passionate about making the relocation and resettlement process easier for you so you can enjoy this exciting adventure. Join me and my special guests as we share professional secrets and tips, learn from people who've made the move, and discover businesses that can help you realise your dreams. Now is the best time to create the life you've always wanted. This podcast is here to show you what's possible and to inspire you every step of the way. Let's go.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge the Gubbi Gubbi people, the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which I live, work and play. I thank them for the privilege of being able to live in such an incredible part of the world, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Hey there, welcome to this week's episode of the New Life in Australia podcast. I'm your podcast host, Karen Bleakley, and this week I am tackling a question that I get asked a lot, and that is, will I regret moving to Australia? It's just going to be a very short week this week, just answering this one question. Will I regret moving to Australia? Really, it's a crazy question because the truth of the matter is you're only going to regret not doing something. I just don't believe that very often you end up regretting giving something a try. But it is really natural to worry about making such a huge life decision. You do end up putting such a huge weight on your shoulders and it can feel really difficult. I know that it took us a really long time to decide to make the move because it felt like such a big life-changing decision that we were making. So I totally get it. But as I say, in my personal opinion, the regret comes from not giving things a go, not from giving something a try. So yes, the move is challenging. There will be difficult days. There will be difficult times. You'll be overcoming difficult situations. But very few people tend to regret giving things a try because even when you've given something a try, even if it doesn't work out as you'd hoped, it teaches you so many new things. It teaches you resilience. It really does encourage you to grow in confidence and grow out of your comfort zone. And there's so much that you get out of the experience of giving it a try. And actually, when you make a decision to move to Australia and you go ahead and you do it, even if after a year or two you're feeling like it's not working out, you've then got a whole vast array of new skills under your belt that you can use to move to a new city or to a new country or go somewhere different. And you've gained so much confidence from the whole experience that you know that you're capable of doing this amazing big thing. And it feels less overwhelming because you know that you just get to choose again, make a new decision and move somewhere different. So as I say, the fear of regret really tends to come more from not moving. I know that when we were travelling around the world backpacking, my husband and I, back in 2008, before we made the move to Australia, before we had kids, we met so many older couples who were travelling in Australia and in New Zealand. And basically all of them said to us that they are retired now, but they wished that when they were our age, they had made the move. They all told us that they had the opportunity to make the move when they were our sort of age, and they just wished they could go back and choose again because they decided to stay because they had parents around and they felt like they needed to be near family and they felt like it would be too hard to make the move. And then a few years later, their parents weren't around anymore and they were living their life in the UK and regretting not having taken the opportunity while they were able to. So this wasn't just like one or two couples that said this to us. I can probably think there were like 8 different couples on the trip around Australia that we met that told us this. And each of them told us this was their biggest regret in their life. And if they could go back, they would choose differently and they wanted us to make the choice that they weren't able to make. It really was eye-opening for us. We were kind of early 30s, we were just travelling, we were having fun. We weren't really thinking about how our lives would look when we're 70. We were just enjoying the moment at the time. And we knew we had all of these opportunities open to us. We knew that we could potentially move to Australia or to New Zealand. It was definitely an option for us. And we were open to the opportunity. We thought we might give something like that a go. But chatting to people who hadn't made that choice, who had the opportunity and had chosen differently and had chosen to stay where they were, it really did open our eyes, and it made us feel like we really did need to take the opportunity that was open to us. So if you make the move to Australia, you find out it's not for you, you've made a choice, you've given it a go, you've given it your best, and you make the choice to go somewhere different or to go back or whatever it is that you want to do. That is empowering. That is in your control. That's in your hands. But if you don't move at all, that's a missed opportunity that you can never go back to. And then that becomes the regret in your life that you are always looking back on and wondering, what if I'd taken that risk? So that's this week's episode. Will I regret moving to Australia? I just think if you're eligible, if it's in your heart to make the move, if it's something that you can't forget about, I just really encourage you to just give it a go, give it a try. It's always better to give it a try than spend your whole life wondering, what if? So that's it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed this very short episode. And in the meantime, let's get building your new life in Australia, one episode at a time.